Welcome everyone, to a journey through the wonders of spring in Japan. Today, we'll dive into the significance of this season for the Japanese people, and the fascinating traditions that unfold during this time of the year. This is Kanji World. In Japan, spring is called Haru, and it's a season that everyone eagerly anticipates. The most iconic feature of spring in Japan is the blooming of the cherry blossoms, known as sakura. These delicate flowers symbolize the fleeting beauty of life, as their blossoming lasts only for a few days. But the cherry blossoms aren't the only flowers that bloom during spring in Japan. The plum blossoms, known as ume, also grace the landscape with their pink and white petals. While they might look similar to the cherry blossoms, the plum blossoms are distinct in their own right, and equally cherished by the Japanese people. One of the most beloved traditions during spring in Japan is Hanami, which means flower viewing. People gather under the cherry blossom trees to enjoy the beauty of the flowers, have picnics, and even indulge in some sake. But the excitement of spring doesn't end there. Haru no Kisetsu, or the spring season, is a time when everyone eagerly awaits the warmer weather and the blooming of the flowers. Shunsaki, the early part of spring, is a time when the weather is still cool but begins to warm up. The Shunbun, or the spring equinox, marks the official beginning of spring on the Japanese calendar. During this time, people are also on the lookout for the Kaika Yoso, or cherry blossom forecasts, which predict when and where the cherry blossoms will bloom across the country. Munkai is the word used to describe the full bloom of the cherry blossoms, when the landscape is transformed into a colorful wonderland. And when the cherry blossoms start to fall, creating a flurry of petals, it's known as Sakura Fubuki. Unfortunately, spring can also be a challenging time for those who suffer from kafunsho, or pollen allergies, which affect many people in Japan. But spring is also a time of new beginnings, especially for students and new employees. It's when the news hashiki, or welcome ceremonies for new employees, take place, and when students start a new school year. The spring season in Japan is a time of renewal and beauty, where people celebrate the wonders of life and nature. From the cherry blossoms and plum blossoms, to the Hanami tradition and the fresh start for students and workers, there's so much to love about spring in Japan. We hope you enjoyed this journey and learned a thing or two about this amazing season. Thanks for joining us.